Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Vidiot on Demand. Today I am going to be discussing the movie Scream 6. Let me just give you a quick recap. It's virtually impossible to find a place where I can just talk to you guys without being interrupted by a bunch of people just walking through the shot or behind me or I'm gonna see if I can find some place that's a little quieter. All right, I'll try over here and see if this is not gonna be a bunch of screaming crazy people. I couldn't really film my predictions because I really stressed in to get my seat, and so I didn't have a chance to do my preconceived notions. But there are a few points that I did write down. I can show you the screen grab right here so that you can see basically what I was thinking and my expectations going in. Now, after I've seen the film, I can say that I was surprised by the restraint. It felt like they're laying down groundwork for something that could come in the next one. All in all, I really enjoyed this movie. The thing that really got me hooked was the first 10 minutes because they, without giving away any spoilers, they flip it on its head immediately. Like you go, okay, I recognize this. I recognize what they're doing. And then it's like, ooh, okay, that's an interesting thing. And then they do something you completely don't expect and go, huh? And so it always keeps you on your toes. So it actually, the opening was quite frankly the strongest part because they're just throwing everything at you in a different way than you're used to. And all bets are off, which is really fun notion. Yeah, I see my non-spoilers is basically go see it if you enjoy scary movies, if you are a fan of the franchise, especially if you love these new characters that they introduced in the last movie. Definitely check it out. We're going into spoiler territory, so if you do not want to hear what I have to say about my spoilers, then please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm stealing that from another YouTuber. I'm sorry. First of all, Samara Weaving as the open kill, great, because I adore her, and she could have literally been the star of this if she wanted to, and they're carrying that tradition of the Drew Barrymore kill from the first movie where you're like, oh, it's her, that's great, that's cool. I almost wish she was on the poster to give you that vibe of, oh, I didn't know she was in this movie, but in a way, I guess that's the trick that they could do in a feature in the next movie. They could go, here's somebody who's not on the poster. We open it with the opening kill, but she survives throughout the whole thing or something like that. That could be fun. Her being a film professor, so you could totally buy their conversation. And then when Tony Revolori shows up, I'm like, wait, what? First of all, I never expected them to just go, hey, in the first moments, here, I'm the killer. And then you're like, wait, what? And then the whole time I'm thinking, wait, are we going to do like a Columbo, like a poker face? Like we're going to watch him evade all of the good guys? That's an interesting wrinkle, which is something they probably should do one day, where you know the killer the whole time and you watch both of them trying to figure out how to not get caught and how to catch them. That could be a really interesting way to throw something new at you. So now that they planted these ideas, it's like, you gotta do something with it. Then when the tables are turned and you see somebody else is actually the killer, then you're like, okay, so now someone's killing the killers. And that also raises an interesting question, because you're going, wait a minute, now we know that she's going through this thing, Sam Carpenter, who has got, by the way, John Carpenter, anybody? Sam Carpenter's going through some stuff, and she's feeling like she actually kind of enjoys the killing, and she's feeling like she's being edged on by her, her dad, from beyond the grave, her Force Ghost dad, who's in her mind telling her, do this. Ooh. It's interesting because they keep hinting that maybe she wants this. Maybe she wants to be a killer. So that could be something they could explore, where what if in the next one, she's actually going around trying to stop imitators of these killings by being the killer. Does that make sense? I thought it was pretty interesting. All in all, I love that Kirby is back in this movie, and I was like, thank God she's here. That was great. I loved her being in the film. I loved Randy's niece and nephew. They're amazing. I loved seeing them. They are such fun energy to have in the show. Mindy, the character of Mindy, which basically is the Randy, it was great to see her, and every time she's on screen, it was just like, okay, she's spitting truth, you know? It's so much fun to have, like, your kind of film nerd represented on screen in such a way. So it was really, really nice to see her kind of represent and be funny and jovial and also, like, missing out on a lot of the action at the same time. It's pretty funny. Oh my gosh, I don't know what else to say. I really enjoyed this one. I think it does feel a bit stronger than the last one in a sense. All in all, I think this was good. I think it was great that, all cops are bad. So there you go. What do we fear? The police, basically. I think this was a worthy film in the franchise, and I think that you should stick around for the credits. Absolutely. End credits. This one, super important for the lore. So please, if you can, if you have to pee, hold it like I did and find out the little secret at the end. Well, that's all for me. I'm gonna go home and edit this and get out of this spooky church area. So I'm gonna see if I can remember me when you become rich and famous. I'll see you later. I think I'm lost. Excuse me, sir. If you can put that knife for a second and just... Oh my God!